husband, and my husband used me for money sacrifice. The wealthy man is my husband, and he used me for money sacrifice. He used me for money sacrifice. Everybody see, oh, this is my husband who used me for money sacrifice.
In a small village named Naimebekiri, which means God will provide, lived a couple, Kofi and Ama. For 20 long years, they had known nothing but struggle. Their hut was small, its thatched roof leaking when the rains came. Their farm was stubborn, yielding more stones than cassava. Their clothes were patches upon patches. Yet, in their poverty, they had one treasure, a love as deep as the roots of the old baobab tree. They shared one bowl of banku, laughed together in the face of shame, and held each other through silent, hungry nights. Kofi, a strong man with hands calloused from toil, felt his heart grow heavier each day. He would look at Ama's fading wrappers and see the weariness in her once bright eyes. "Ama, my good woman," he would say, "I am a failure. A man who cannot feed his wife is no man at all." Ama would always cup his face in her hands. Her voice was a gentle stream. "Kofi, have each other. Our wealth is in our shared breath. We will endure." But Kofi's spirit was cracking. The whispers of the village, the sideways glances, the pity, thorns in his skin. One evening, at the drinking spot, Kofi heard the older men talking in low tones about a man from a distant town. They said, this man had been poorer than dust, but suddenly he was driving a fine car and building a mansion. One drunkard leaned close, his breath smelling of palm wine, and muttered. He visited the Okomfo in the dark forest. He did what a man must do. He used the special sacrifice. A cold knot tightened in Kofi's stomach. He knew what special sacrifice meant. It meant money rituals. It meant offering a life, someone close, to the dark spirits in exchange for untold wealth. He rushed home, disgusted. But as he lay beside his sleeping wife, the thought returned like a persistent insect. What if the image of Ama in fine clothes, of a big house, of respect? It began to drown out the voice of his love. For weeks, a war raged in Kofi's soul. Finally, despair won. He went to the dark forest and found the notorious ritualist, Okomfo Asare. The shrine was smoky, filled with strange objects. The price for instant, endless wealth is high. The Okomfo said, his eyes like, "You must bring me the one who loves you most, their blood, their sanity, their peace. You will give me their mind, and I will give you the world." Kofi felt his blood turn to ice. He thought of Ama's laughter. He stumbled out. But the seed was planted. One rainy night, Kofi came home with a strange calm. He told Ama he had found a powerful pastor who would pray for their breakthrough. He needs us to come at midnight for special prayers. Kofi lied. Trusting him completely, Ama followed him deep into the forest, not to a church, but to Okomfo Asare's shrine. Before Ama understood, she was pushed into a circle of strange powders. Chants filled the air. Bitter potions were forced down her throat. She saw Kofi, her Kofi, accepting a pot filled with dark liquid and glittering powder. Their eyes met. In his, she saw greed and terror. In hers, he saw love shattering like glass. Ama woke up at dawn, alone by a roadside. The world looked different. Sounds were too loud, colors were too bright. The love that once structured her mind was gone, leaving only fear and chaos. She began to laugh at nothing, to talk to trees, to roam the streets in torn clothes, eating from garbage heaps. The village wept. Poor Amma has lost her mind, they said. The struggle broke her. Kofi, meanwhile, became unbelievably rich. Gold flowed. He built a palace in the city, bought fleets of cars, and his name was on everyone's lips. Business genius, they called him. He married a beautiful, glamorous woman. But his wealth tasted like ash. Food had no flavor. Sleep was haunted by Amma's last look. His new wife loved his money, not him. His mansion felt emptier than their little hut. Every mirror showed him not a rich man, but a murderer of love. He tried to bury his guilt in parties, but it was always there. Sometimes, driven by a cruel urge, he would drive his expensive car through his old village, just to see Amma. And there she would be, laughing shadow of the woman he loved, roaming the streets. Each sight was a knife twisting in his soul. Years passed. Then, a powerful man of God, Pastor Daniel, came to the region for a great crusade. His reputation for healing and deliverance was known far and wide. The whole village went, and among the crowd, laughing and dirty, was Amma. Some tried to shoo her away, but the ushers, led by compassion, guided her to the back. As Pastor Daniel prayed, he stopped suddenly. He pointed towards the back. "There is a daughter here." His voice boomed. The chains on her mind were forged not by God, but by wickedness in her own house. The covenant of love was broken for gold. Tonight, those chains are shattered. Amma collapsed. When she rose, her eyes were clear. For the first time in years, she saw the world as it was. She remembered everything. The betrayal, the forest. She wept. Not the tears of madness, but of grief and cleansing. The village erupted in praise. Amma. News traveled fast. It reached Kofi in his golden prison. When he heard Amma was healed, terror and a strange hope gripped him. He knew his secret was now naked before heaven. Driven by a need for peace more than wealth, he went to Pastor Daniel. In a room full of church elders, the wealthy, broken man fell to his knees. With heaving sobs, he confessed it all: the jealousy, the visit to the Okomfo, the ritual, Amma's stolen mind, his cursed wealth. "The wealth was never mine," Kofi cried. "It was bought with her soul. I give it back. I just want peace." Pastor Daniel prayed for him. "God forgives the repentant heart," he said. "But the earthly consequences of our seeds remain. You must make right what you can." Kofi left, a weight lifted, but his body and spirit were exhausted from years of guilt. He gave away all his ill-gotten wealth to charity, to the poor, to the church. A free but broken man, he returned to his old village, to a simple hut. The stress, the shame, and the final release were too much for his heart. Within a week, Kofi was found lifeless in his bed. A man who died poor in things, but perhaps, finally, rich in peace. Amma, now healed and strong, mourned the man he once was, not the monster he became. She started a small business selling kenki, her kindness and her miraculous story attracting many customers. She grew content in her independence. One day, a rich and kind businessman named Kwabena came to the village. He had heard of the kenki lady with the powerful testimony. He met Amma, now radiant with strength and grace. He was not interested in her past, but captivated by her resilient spirit, her gentle wisdom, and her beautiful heart that had survived the deepest darkness. Their friendship blossomed into love, a love built on truth, not lies, on grace, not greed. Kwabena, with pure intentions, asked for her hand in marriage. Their wedding was the talk of the region. Ama, once a mad woman roaming the streets, walked down the aisle in glorious white, loved, honored, and cherished. She moved into Kwabena's beautiful home not as a trophy, but as a partner. They built a foundation of kindness, had children, and used their wealth to help others. And so, the story of Kofi and Ama is told in Nyamebekere and beyond. They tell it to say that the quick road to wealth is often a road to ruin. They tell it to say that true love is the greatest wealth of all. But most importantly, they tell it to say that no matter how deep the pit, how dark the night, or how broken the mind, there is a God of second chances. Ama's end was happier than her beginning, not because of ritual money, but because of divine grace and a heart that remained pure. Even in the wilderness, her life became a testament that what is meant for you, what is built on goodness and truth, will find you, and it will last forever. Tales by NPBN.
Look at them go!
Full of energy.
They're coming! We're here! Rufa!
I love this.